Hey guys, HappyCattyCrypto here and welcome back to the channel. So before we get into this one, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notifications bell to stay informed. It's really going to help the channel grow and it's going to help us push more content out for you folks. So as you can tell, and if you haven't seen already, we have seen a decent breakout. And I call this a breakout because it's pushed up off of this trend line. And as we can see each time setting a higher bar, and we've seen this breakout around 3 times on this trend line. So this is really good, and it's coming on the back of some very specific news, and it really does seem like this is happening from this news. I'm not a prophet, I'm not always right, so I could be wrong here. There could be a cow in Nigeria somewhere that has sneezed out a golden LUNC coin, or someone may have found DK. Who really knows in these situations? But all we can do is go off of the facts. So as you can see, no matter what happens in these circumstances and these scenarios, all Terra assets break out. As you can see here, USTC also breaking out. These breakouts are between 25 and 30% currently, and then it's the same for Luna as well. As if we bring Luna up, you can see the exact same there. And this is really good because we've gone through a phase of consolidation. All three of the assets of cross-board have done this, and something you'll start to understand is when the main L1 assets begin to pump, the other assets on chain will kind of slump for a little bit, but eventually they'll start to move up because they're paired with Lunar Classic specifically. And this is kind of the benefit of having lots of different coins launched on chain under loads of different utilities moving forward. It's all about using the native assets. So let's take a look at what's really going on. So what we do know is currently that the SEC had demanded 5.3 billion from Do Kwon and Terraform Labs. And I think this is really interesting for the specific fact of what we're about to go over next. So if you've been following the court case here on the channel, I keep up to date as much as I can, and sometimes documents are released in other places. So I'll try to leave links to what I've got and what's available for you guys to go over as well in the description. But as you can see, we have been going through the documents. We've been looking at different stuff, and I've also been looking online. And it seems like as a last minute entry, so minute entry for proceedings held before Judge Jed S. Rakoff, telephone conference held on the 5th American dates, the 29th of the 5th, 2024, without transcription or recording. Very interesting. Counsel for all parties was present, and the oral argument previously set for the 29th of the 5th, 2024, gotcha that time, has been cancelled because the parties have informed the court that they have reached a settlement in principle. The parties must file by the 12th of the 6th, 2024, papers in support of the proposed final judgment consistent with settlement. This is interesting. This could be very bullish or it could be very bearish depending on how big this settlement is. And although, right, this is very bullish off of the bat and we will only treat it as a bullish thing moving forward, is how much is that settlement? Now, what we need to understand being part of the Lunar Classic community is a lot of their assets are actually in LUNC native stuff. So it's in BTC, it's in Avalanche, it's in Luna. Although Luna assets do have an effect on us, it's not a catastrophe. It's not the end of the world. We'll take a hit, we'll bounce back like we always do. I would assume in those circumstances, we would probably bounce back harder, because if TFL start to sell off all of these assets in order to pay this settlement that has been reached, right, then it's going to be really good for us. And it's something for me, it's like being a surfer and having the perfect wave, for example, to get pushed back up off. The market's looking really interesting. There's all sorts of talks around this banana market, which you really need to go over and explain and dive into. I think we're just going to be chop solidating for a while, and there's going to be lots of opportunities. And this is what, as a trader, you love the most, is when things are kind of staying on the spot, but you're getting good fluctuations between those lines, kind of like a regression pattern. If you understand those sort of things. So this is really, really interesting to see how this is going to pan out, how much it's going to be, and where all of the different assets are going to come from. Because we've gone for a lot of stuff here, and time again, what I have noticed is the assets themselves through and through are never LUNC native assets, and wherever they are native assets, it's just not that drastic for us. And I mean, that USTC should be burned. In retrospective, it should be burned. If you were to look at it from a certain point of view and say to yourself, well, those funds are not for the Luna blockchain, they're for the Terra Classic ecosystem. Okay, the Luna ecosystem is the new ecosystem and the Terra Classic is the older ecosystem. So you can really start to split hairs on this one, and you can come up with all sorts of different ways and determinations as to why we think we deserve those coins to be burned or sent to the community pool, or something constructive being done with them. The circumstances that surrounds all of this, there really is only two ways this can go. And like I said, it's either bullish or bearish. But for us, and that's specifically for Luna, for us, it's just bullish. I only see positivity coming out of all of this for us. The chain seems to be maturing up quite a lot. Everybody seems to be knuckling down and getting on with things. We're seeing a lot of different games launch. I myself am getting to a point of launching a working build. So everybody across boards really heads down at the moment. It's a possibility that paid per job's coming. And it seems like the universe wants Luna Classic to do better. It seems like it wants it to move higher and it wants it to do better for itself. So what do you think? Let me know what you think the settlement's going to be around, because if we look at this article, which is around 5.3 billion, could it be 50% of that? Could it be 25% of that? Could it be 10% of that? I really don't know. But for them to have settled on something so quickly, right? If we look at the the XRP SEC case, if you were probably to tally everything up and then compare it to this and how this pans out, would it have been easier for XRP to just maybe pay fines? And it's really interesting. All of this sets a precedent, because I've never seen a court case pan out like this, other than the SBF case, which was just bang to rights, red-handed, had him from the start, up even to the point of where his friends were ratting him out. This has been a very, very tight-lipped situation where nothing major has got out, and I don't think anything major is ever going to get out. All of the documents are starting to be sealed prior to the Chapter 11, so all of that is never ever going to reach the public sector. So this could be a situation where they could spin the whole thing and it could keep moving forward. Once again, bullish for us. We're all part of the same ecosystem. And these are kind of all of the different perspectives that I'm thinking about at the moment, and all of the different routes and roads that I'm walking down in my head. So what do I think is going to be happening price-wise for Luna Classic moving forward? Considering we've just punched out, we've set that higher candle, the next candle, figure out what we're doing here, we could start to form one of these pole and flag structures. And what I mean by this is, if I zoom out and I come back here, we typically see these around these decent breakouts. Normally we see a decent candle breakout, and then that leads into one of these flag structures. We move up again, flag structure, move up again, flag structure. So hopefully we get that and we push up into a new area where we can start to test higher highs and maybe test a new sort of lower bar and see a new norm moving forward. What's really important and what we need to understand is there's so many people that have coins locked up, and in these situations, when you start to see people unlocking coins and doing different things, don't think of it too much, because coins are moving, volume's happening, people are buying, people are selling, and that's part of the routine. It's like being a farmer. A farmer can't control the weather. He can't determine if his flock's going to get ill, if there's going to be a drought that year. He just doesn't know. All he can do is best prepare for it. And what we must not do is blame the weather, if that makes sense. I'm going to leave it on that note. Let me know what you think about all of this. Let me know what you think those settlement terms are going to be. I think it's going to be around 50% of what they've asked for. So I reckon around that 2 billion mark, but we'll see. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notifications bell to stay informed. It's going to help me. It's going to help you, and I'll keep bringing the content. Guys, enjoy your day. Stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.